Today, we're making Sea Bass Carpaccio with flavors and ingredients from Cantonese steamed fish. One of my favorite ways to enjoy sea bass. And it's very simple to make. First, we make our ginger and scallion oil infusion. Instead of pouring hot oil over the top, we'll take all the flavors and let the oil cool down before adding it to our carpaccio. So very simple. We take a bit of ginger. We're making a single portion here, so not too much. A generous amount of scallion. We can save these for garnish later. And we cover with just enough oil. I'm using vegetable oil just because it has a light color and neutral flavors. If you use extra virgin olive oil, it brings a different flavor to the dish, which is a bit out of place for what we're going for. So this goes on medium heat for about 20 minutes. While we prepare our soy sauce for steamed fish. Just to refresh your memory, soy sauce they use in Chinese restaurant is more like a vegetable stock diluted by soy sauce. So it's a sauce, but not really soy sauce, and it's very umami-rich with a bit of sweetness to it, which will add a lot to the sea bass. So, a bit of celery, a bit of carrots. We're slicing them quite thin, just to speed up the cooking time required. The carrots, they bring the most sweetness still. If you want it on a sweeter side, be a bit more generous. Tiny bit of onion for a bit of complexity, without the skin of course. Another scallion, just to reinforce beautiful scallion flavors. And secret ingredient, coriander. So much complexity to whatever you're cooking. So give it a try, even if you don't like the raw taste. And the stalks, they are the most powerful bits. They go in, and we cover this with a bit of water. And this you want to rapid boil for 20 minutes. While that's boiling and sizzling away, we can start preparing our sea bass for the carpaccio. Now, unlike tuna or salmon, sea bass has a firmer texture that you can't just pound this into a thin layer. So what we want to do is first we want to slice it to a thickness that's almost sashimi-like. Then we can pound it to form a uniform layer. So very, very simple. Take our bass and you go as thin as you can. The offcut can go into our vegetable stock just to reinforce the fishy goodness. And then you go as thin or as thick as you're comfortable with. And we place them on our serving plate so that we could gauge how much we need. Of course, you can ask the sashimi counter to do this for you to save time. Perfect. Now, I know once pounded, I'll have enough. So, to prepare ahead, we grab some cling film and we place our sea bass on top. Carpaccio as a dish is named after the painter who was famous at the time, not the chef. So I suppose artistic plating is always warranted. Grab another layer of cling film. But what carpaccio really does is it changes the texture. It breaks down the protein fibers, not through slow cooking, but through violent pounding. It removes any hint of chewiness from the sea bass. Now, we grab any heavy object you have, and first you want to go slow, just to flatten it. Once that's done, you grab parchment paper. This will prevent anything from sticking to it, and this time you can really go. First in one direction, then change direction, then we change again. Now let's inspect progress. Very good. Now we grab our serving plate and we press down to the desired shape and we cut around the shape. Brilliant. Grab our serving plate and we first remove the top layer. Beautiful circle, very carefully, goes on top. And we place the other plate on top, and this goes into the fridge while we finish the dressing. Now, first up, we have our extremely flavoursome vegetable stock. We'll simply drain out the solids. The coriander really adds so much. Please, please give it a try. And to this, normally I'd say the ratio of soy to liquid should be 3:1. 3 parts stock, 1 part soy sauce. But just to maintain that extremely beautiful color of the sea bass, we're simply going to add a small drop of light soy sauce for the umami. And we take the majority of the salinity from just salt. Modified soy sauce for steamed fish, if I may. Taste. Beautiful. Sweet in the correct way. So now, this goes into the fridge to cool down. Now, scallion oil is ready. Once again, you taste. Perfect. So this is also ready to go. Once everything has cooled down, we'll plate. Now, everything has cooled down. We take our carpaccio from the fridge and we very carefully remove the cling film. And to that, we simply add our blonde soy sauce for steamed fish, just to not take away the beauty of the flesh. But this is deceptively flavoursome. Oh, look at that. Perfect. And our scallion infused oil. They suddenly look like pearls on top of our blonde soy sauce. Beautiful. Wow. And for me, no sea bass is complete without a bit of scallion green on top. And this is Sea Bass Carpaccio with Cantonese steamed fish ingredients. I really, really, really hope you enjoy. Wow, look at that, huh?